Hey everyone, navigating new territory here, trying to do some online classes for those that normally come to the evening stretch and flow classes, but will be available to everyone. I'll put the link on the stretch and flow page. So tonight is going to be our first class online with the new guidelines set. So bear with me, be patient, any feedback would be great afterwards, and let's do what we've got to do to keep body, mind and spirit healthy. Starting in a comfortable seated posture, so sitting either with the legs crossed or legs in front or over a bolster, whatever feels comfortable for you. And just allowing the sit bones to ground. If it feels comfortable for you, you can shut the eyes down or just take a little gaze down at the mat. Try and have that nice upliftment through the crown of the head, but relaxed through the shoulders. Softening the jaw. Noticing the inhale. And just noticing the exhale. Just being curious whether the breath is a long breath or whether it's a shorter breath. Notice if the mind is busy. And just gently focus on the breath in and the breath out. And just with what's happening in the world right now, simply being curious, perhaps without adding on any extra stories, just curiosity. Just take a moment to notice how you're dealing with the unpredictability of life. I know from my experience, it's been a challenge just navigating new things like going online, dealing with the ever-changing guidelines. So as the breath just enters, as the breath just leaves, just allow the thoughts to enter and just let them go. Softening through the shoulders, widening through the collarbone, knowing that you're breathing in, knowing that you're breathing out. Taking a few more breaths here. Just being curious if any parts of the body are feeling a little bit tender. Just treat them with gentleness and kindness. Soften the facial features. Let's take a few breaths together. A deep inhale in through the nose. Notice a slight upliftment. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. 2 more. Inhaling. A big letting go, sigh out. And just take 1 more. Breathing in and breathing out. If the eyes are shut, on the next inhale, just let the light filter in. And perhaps life is so unpredictable that we have to be grateful for each and every moment. On your next inhale, just reach the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands down to your heart space, emptying the breath completely. Let the sit bones ground you. Let's do a few more. Inhaling, reaching up. The gaze can go up if there's no neck issues. And as you exhale, bringing the hands down to your heart space. 1 more. Inhaling, reaching up nice and tall. And as you exhale, down to your heart space. This time make a pistol grip with the fingertips. On the breath in, pull up from the waist, but ground with the sit bones. On the exhale, floating to one side, it doesn't matter which. Inhale, rising up again, the gaze can go up. And as you exhale, over to the other side. Let's do 1 more on each side. Breathing in to rise up. As you breathe out, bending the elbows perhaps to get a bit deeper into the sideways. Inhaling, you're rising up again, gaze can go up. As you exhale, over to the other side. On the breath in, reach the arms up, split the finger arms, reach up. As you exhale, left hand on right knee, right hand behind. Keeping the jaw soft, take a breath in to lengthen. And as you breathe out, turn and twist over the right shoulder, feeling the twist in the waist and the spine. Another breath in. And then let the breath go. Everything comes back round to centre, the arms reach up, perhaps add a gentle back bend at the top. And as you exhale, taking it on the other side, right hand on left knee, left hand behind. Lengthening first on the breath in. And as you breathe out, turn and gaze over the left shoulder, trying to keep that length in the spine, the jaw is soft. Everything comes back round to centre, the arms reach up, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, take a swan dive down in front of you, come onto the finger mounds and just start to creep the finger mounds out in front of you. You'll feel a first point of resistance, take a pause here. Another breath in. As you breathe out, you can creep them out a little bit further. You might feel a pull at the top of the legs. Another inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, just dropping the gaze down, flattening off the back. Know that life is unpredictable. You never really know what's coming next. Don't ever get too comfortable. And perhaps always be prepared for change. With each inhale, a subtle lengthening. With each exhale, coming down perhaps a little bit lower. You're in charge of how deep you want to take it. One more breath. Engage the core, belly button to spine, protecting the back as the arms start to walk back. Coming back towards the body, either rolling over your ankles onto all fours or kicking the legs out to the side and just making your way on all fours, whichever transition's good for you. Once you're there, bring the hands shoulder width distance, wrist, elbows and shoulders stacked. Micro bending the elbows a little bit to take the tension off the shoulders. Knees are roughly hip width apart. Just take a gentle rock backwards and forwards. Soften the gaze down onto the mat. And just notice how the body's feeling. Notice how the hips are feeling. From here, start to make some circular motions with the hips, rocking back towards the heels, out to the side. Feel a little pull in the wrists as the body moves over towards the palm, out to the other side. Once you've completed your first circle without rushing, just flipping the circle the other way. Know that some of life's most beautiful moments are unpredictable. And perhaps the only predictable thing about life is its unpredictability. Coming back to all fours without rushing, dropping the gaze down. On the breath in, push the waist back, turn the gaze up. And on the breath out, rounding and arching the back, belly button to spine, taking some cat-cow curls. Let's do a few more. Breathing in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rounding and arching. Just do two more in your own breath. Just taking your time without rushing. If the mind's still a little bit busy, just let your breath be your anchor. You're inhaling. And you're exhaling. When you're ready, coming back to a neutral spine, digging the toes in, just feeling that stretch down the arches. Once you feel stable, walking the hands back towards the knee. Keep pushing out through the balls of the feet on the inhale. the arms reach up, taking a big breath in. As you breathe out, make a prayer to your heart space. If you want a little more engagements in the quads, start to lean back, engaging the core. Soften through the shoulders. On the inhale, the arms reach up, taking a big breath in, the gaze can go up. And on the exhale, hands down to your heart space, taking that extra lean back. If you want a little bit of a quad stretch. 2 more. Inhale, we're rising up, creating length. And as you exhale, hands down to your heart space, let the breath go. 1 more. Inhale to rise. Exhale to take the stretch. Let's hold this one for 3, 2, 1. Use your leg strength and your core to reach you all the way back up. As you exhale, tap the right palm towards the right heel. It doesn't have to touch. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, left palm towards left heel. Inhale to reach up, 1 more on each side. Exhaling as you take the stretch. Inhaling to come up. Exhale, the other side. Inhale to reach up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, a swan dive back down to your mat. This time creep the fingernails to the edges of the mat. Drop down into puppy pose. You can either keep the gaze down or turn the gaze to the front of the mat to get a stretch of the upper back. Some of you may want to creep the fingertips out a little bit more, pushing the chest down, getting that nice extension of the spine. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. 1 more breath. Start to walk the hands back towards the body, coming back onto all fours. Dig the toes in, either stay on all fours or come up for downward facing dog. If you're in downward facing dog, widen through the collarbones, perhaps pedal out the legs, pushing one knee in, dropping the opposite heel down. Let the eye gaze be up towards the navel, pushing the upper body back towards the thighs, bending the knees as much as you need to. Let the breath enter and let the breath leave. 1 more breath here. On the inhale, come up onto the tippy toes, lift the heels up if you're in downward facing dog, and then gently walk up towards the palms. If you're on all fours, you can meet us here. Once you're there, let the upper body be heavy. Let the crown of the head track down towards the mat, softening the back of the neck. A gentle rock from side to side. We can interlace opposite palms to opposite elbow. Notice the quality of your breath. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. And perhaps just when we think it can't get any worse, it does. But at the same time, perhaps when we think it can't get any better, it can. Taking 1 more breath here. If you've got opposite palms to opposite elbows, just release them down onto the mat. On the breath in, come into a halfway lift, a nice flat back. On the breath out, forward fold down towards your mat. On the inhale, reaching up, press the feet into the mat as the arms reach up. And on the exhale, bringing hands down to your heart space, let the breath go. Inhale, the arms reach up. You might want to add a gentle back bend at the top of the breath. And on the exhale, floating down all the way. Bend the knees if you need to. A halfway lift, the spine shoots forward. And a forward fold as you empty the breath. Let's inhale, rising up again all the way to standing. The gaze can go up. As you exhale, bring the hands down to your heart space. Empty the breath completely. Inhale, reaching up and over for a back bend. And as you exhale, floating down towards the mat. A halfway lift. And a forward fold. This time on the inhale, come into a halfway lift. On the exhale, bend the knees, step the right foot back. Left knee's in a lunge, adjust the feet first, get stable. That back leg is nice and strong, you're pressing into the side of the foot. Focus the gaze on one spot. And once you're stable, breathe the arms up for warrior one. Adjust the feet if you need to. Roughly hips towards the front of the mat. Make a pistol grip with the fingertips. On the breath in, straighten the front leg as you reach up with the arms. On the breath out, lunge with that left knee. Float the arms to the left. Inhale, you're reaching up again. As you exhale, over to the other side. Let's do one more on each side. Breathing in to reach up. Keep your mind on your practice. As you breathe out, floating to one side. Inhaling to rise. As you exhale, over to the other side. This time on the breath in, reach the arms up. On the breath out, let's open up to warrior two. Soften through the shoulders. Just check out that back hand is roughly in line with the front. Lunging with that left knee, that back foot is nice and strong. Flipping the front palm, let's breathe in, reversing the stretch. The left arm comes over the head. As you breathe out, land the shoulders back home to warrior two. Inhaling to reach up and over. As you exhale to warrior two. One more. Inhaling to rise. Exhaling to take the stretch. Soften through the shoulders, focus through that front palm. Straighten the front leg. The right hip pushes back, the left arm reaches forward. And then drop the left arm towards the mat. It doesn't have to reach the ground. And the back arm reaches towards the ceiling. Try not to cave in those upper ribs, keeping that top shoulder nice and open. If the hand is hitting a part of the leg, let the palm push against that part and let the leg push back. Reach up nice and tall. Imagine the two shoulders stacking on top of each other. The gaze can be down at the mat. If there's no neck issues, the gaze can be up to that top thumb. One more breath. Press into the mat with the feet, engage the core. Imagine someone has hold of that top wrist and bringing you all the way back to warrior two. Take a breath in, let the breath go. Drop the left forearm on the front thigh and the back arm reaches all the way over. Feeling that stretch down the side body, all the way from the top fingers down to that back heel. Those of you wanting a little bit of core, engage the core. Bring that bottom arm parallel to the top arm. Feel the core kick in, keep the breath flowing. Inhaling and exhaling. The left palm comes back onto the thigh. Let's pivot everything back to warrior two. Soften through the shoulders. The back hand comes to meet the front hand. The arms reach up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Come down and frame the front foot. Soften the back knee down. Flatten off the back foot. Pressing into the right hand. Inhale, the left arm reaches up. Push the mat away with the right palm. As you lift up with the left. Gaze can be at the top thumb, or the gaze can be down at the mat. One more breath here. Inhale to reach up. As you exhale, the left hand comes onto the left knee or thigh. Just give it a gentle push. If you need a block under the right palm for a bit of height, go ahead and put one there. Otherwise, just a gentle rocking action from side to side, just opening up that left hip. Know that life is unpredictable. It changes with every individual. Today we have, tomorrow we may not have. Just be thankful for the good that stays with you. Start to notice this left hip flexor opening. You can rock onto the side of the foot. One more breath here. On the inhale, the left arm reaches up. On the exhale, bring it to the inner edge of the left foot. If you're wanting more hips, you can scoot the foot out to the left. You can either stay on the palms or drop down onto your forearms. Or some of you may want to use your block to assist you. Whichever pose you've taken, drop the gaze down and just take those organic movements with that left hip. For some of you it might be rocks from side to side. For others of you it might be circular motions. Most important thing is your quality of breath and your quality of mind. Some of you may want to come onto the side of the left foot. Just let the breath enter and let the breath leave. With the unpredictability of life, especially as it is now, perhaps we need to enjoy the surprises, explore new paths, and then cherish each memory. One more breath. If you're on your forearms, gently push your way up to your palms. If we're setting up for pigeon, those of you familiar with pigeon, start to walk the left foot over to the right side of the mat, dropping the knee across, lengthening the back leg down. If this isn't comfortable for you, I'll show you a different version. Those of you taking forward folding version of pigeon, widen through the collarbone. Take a breath in, lift up through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, just let the body come halfway down, drop the gaze, feel the pull in the left glute. Use your core to push you all the way back up, this time taking a back bend. And then as you exhale, coming back through neutral, walking the hands down, either resting on a block or letting the head come down onto your mat. Use a block if you need a little bit of height. And then allow the body to be still. If the body's tipping over, you can put a block under the left hip for more support. Make sure your head is resting on something. And if this version of pigeon is not suitable for you, just allow yourself to come onto your back, bringing left ankle over the right knee, pushing out through the sole of that left foot. You can either stay here or hug the right thigh towards you or calf. Make sure if you take this option, you're pushing out through both soles of the feet. Whichever pose you've taken, just allow the body to come into stillness. Allow the breath to enter and allow the breath to leave. Life is beautiful. Life is relatively short and it's unpredictable, and that's all the more reason to cherish what we have. Allow the breath to enter and allow the breath to leave. Let's hold this for a few more breaths. Taking complete the exhale fully. And on your next inhale, start to walk the hands back up towards the body, perhaps making the hands a little wider so the collarbones are nice and soft. We're dropping the left hip down and bringing that right leg out to the side. The left foot comes into that right thigh. Take a breath in, lengthen through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, we're just starting to walk the hands either side of that leg. You might feel a little pull here. Take another breath in. As you breathe out, either grabbing hold of the calf, the ankle. If you can reach the sole of the foot, go ahead. Inhale to lengthen, gaze over the toes. And as you exhale, dropping down over the leg. Softening the back of the neck. Breathing in. And breathing out. One more breath. And then gently walking the hands back. On the inhale, reach up, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, place the right hand in front, the left hand behind. Take another breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turn and gaze over the left shoulder. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to take the twist. The toes of that right foot are still facing up towards the ceiling. Everything comes all the way back round to centre. Leave the left hand behind you. Bring the right arm up. You can either stay with everything grounded, reaching up with the top hand, or pushing into the back hand, lifting the hips up, arching the back and reaching up and over. Take a breath in. Let the breath go. One more breath. Gently with control, lowering the hips down if they're elevated. And just bringing both knees in towards the body, wrapping your arms around, just giving yourself a little bit of love. A gentle rock from side to side. One more breath. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then when you're ready, just coming back onto all fours again. Feet, knees, hip width distance, palms to shoulder width distance. Once you're there, just take one cat-cow pose. Breathing in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rounding and arching. Back to a neutral spine. Either stay on all fours or dig the toes in. Come up for your second downward facing dog. Notice how it feels from your first one. Widening through the collarbones, pushing the upper body back towards the thigh. Getting that nice extension of the spine. Keep the jawline soft. One more breath. On the inhale, lifting the heels up. And the exhale, tippy-toeing up towards your palms. Just hanging in ragdoll. You're breathing in.